Here we go. Okay, so we're going to click VLOOKUP simple examples. Okay, that's why we're going to click on the worksheets and VLOOKUP. Okay. So in order to use VLOOKUP, you need to have what they call range of VLOOKUP range. Okay. It could be 2 columns, 3 columns, depending on how complex you want to be. But in this example, we have only 2 columns set up so that the VLOOKUP will look for a particular value. Then using that value, we're going to find a matching record. In this example, John and works in department sales. Same thing, Jane is in marketing, Mike, HR. So that's why we're trying to find using VLOOKUP. Of course, we can do it manually, but again, this is very simplified. We could have like thousands of, this example, not thousands, maybe could be hundreds different examples. So that's why we're going to use VLOOKUP rather than manually enter the results. Okay. So anytime you need to enter VLOOKUP, here's the syntax. You need to insert the value that you're trying to find a match. So it could be the word, in this case using word Mike, because it's word, the text, we have a double quotes. If it's not word or text, you can use a cell reference, which is A4. Okay, see the difference?
I do. So if it's a name or word, you have to put it in quotations.
Quotation. Or you can simply use the cell reference, which is located in A4. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the first variable in the parentheses.
Okay.
Then followed by comma. So Excel will understand we're going to have the second variable. The second variable, you need to give the range so that Excel will look for the match. In this example, A2 and B5. Right, that's the range of
that
the
we're
match.
Looking for.
Okay. Right. So Excel find the Mike, then you go to the second column and find the match.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what the number was used for. So the number that's there is for the column because we're going vertical. That's the purpose of VLOOKUP. You're looking vertically, right?
Right. That's the vertical lookup. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's the second variable. Followed by comma. Afterwards, we're going to insert what we call index number, meaning, column number. We have 2 columns, A and B, right, in this range.
Yeah.
So because if 2 columns, you need to show which column Excel must look for, either 1 or 2, right? So that Excel will find a match. In this example, obviously 2, right?
Right.
So column 1 is itself. But column B, which is the second column, that's why you're looking for the match. So that's why you have number 2. Okay.
Okay, so the column that you're looking for the match in is what you put the number column for.
Exactly, right. So if there's a third column, so it doesn't have to be 2.
Right.
3, 4, 5 if you have multiple columns, right? So that's what's something you need to watch. So column index number, what they call.
Okay, that makes sense.
Comma, and one thing is kind of difficult in VLOOKUP is just make it this false at the end. That's how they make it so that Excel will find a match, exact match between whatever name and department, okay? And default is false. So you don't actually have to enter false, but to make it clear, enter the false. But other cases, it could be true. That's coming from the programming language they created in the first place so that Excel will distinguish between false and true. So when you have to enter false, you need to enter false when the matching between those 2 columns are exact match, meaning only one match. Then you're going to enter false. But other cases could be multiple match. John could have sales, marketing, HR, three different choices, then you should enter as of true.
Okay.
But in our class, in this class, I don't see many examples of we're going to use truth. Typically false, okay, at the end, because there's only one match each other.
Okay.
There's no other multiple matches, except, just again, there's always exception. I'm going to show you those exceptions just a minute. So that's how VLOOKUP consists of, okay, four different variables inside. The value that you're trying to find a match, then you need to show the range of those lookup table, then
the
column number, then at the end you just automatically enter false so that Excel will find the match.
Okay.
So that's what it is. And of course, if you have a multiple columns and a little bit different data set, maybe a little bit confusing, but you need to just, as long as you understand these four items, what you have to put, I think is pretty much straightforward. So there's another example. See that this example with the product price and use the banana, this is in this example, then you highlight those area, which is A10 to B13, then column number is 2 because the price is to retrieve, then at the end you're going to enter false. Okay. Then it's going to give the answer, which is 0.5.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't understand what the setup was for this formula or this function, I should say. Yeah.
Right. So here's the different cases. We had a false at the end, but this is the case that you need to put true at the end. So as you can see, we have income 0 to 10,000 is going to be 10%, 10,000 to 30,000, 12%. So that to get tax rate of 10%, so it could be 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way to $10,000. So that it's not the exact match, as you can see, because there's a multiple possibility you're going to get 10%, right? So that's why this is the true at the end. Gotcha. So that's the difference between false and true.
Because it could be multiple matches.
Multiple matches, exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Then there's just another example here. The example with the age group. So 0 to 2, they call it infant, 2 to 5, toddler, children. Again, from ages 0 to 2, because of the three different cases, to be called infant. That's why you're going to put at the end true.
So right, because there's multiple matches between that.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the only difference at the end, whether you're going to put true or false.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
So
this
that's kind of
a lot more clearer.
Right. So that's the kind of basic. But when it comes to the different data set, it could be a little bit confusing. So let's take a look the actual our example there.
Okay.
Was there one from the tests, right? Sample.
For the review. Oh yeah.
Which one was it?
It was on what we're doing, what we have to turn in tomorrow. The review is where I was having a little trouble. But you went over it in the meeting yesterday. I just didn't still get the concept, but it's more clear now.
This one.
Yes.
Which one is it? This one, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Need to download. There you go. Is this the right one?
No, it's the one called, hold on.
I think we have multiple.
Yeah, it's called
Review
Review Questions for Proctor U Test 2. It's in module 6.
Module 6.
Mm-hmm. That's due tomorrow.
Oh, I put over there. I thought it's the same thing. Why did I put in module 6? Is it the same thing or different thing? Anyway, let's take a look. Oh, okay, this one. All right.
Mm-hmm. It's
right.
that one, yeah.
No problem. So I have so many previous files, so a little bit confusing. All right, so this is the one. All right. So here's our lookup
our
table,
range, right? Okay, yeah.
Three columns, right? So eventually we're going to look for second column and third column, right? And first column is the one we're trying to use to find a match. So let's just pick up one here. Well, let's just use the first one at the top, which is BB7117, right? So must be matched. It says, is this lowercase? You put lowercase, okay?
Okay.
All right, then we're going to use VLOOKUP so that from ID we'll find the name. Then we're going to use the VLOOKUP to find the price. So let's do that. Equals VLOOKUP. Don't worry about if yet. Okay, we're going to work on VLOOKUP first, then we'll talk about if.
Okay.
So we're going to use this one, which is D13 as our value to look up. Then we're going to select or type it in this area, which is J5 to all the way, comma. Then what's it going to be next?
We're going to put the column number.
Which is?
Right, which is 2, because we're looking for the name.
Great. Then it's going to be true or false.
It's going to be false because we're looking for one thing.
Exactly. So there's a match. You found it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a formula view.
Okay. So you can either type it in or you can just highlight the range.
Yeah, either way.
Need, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now the reason I add if is, a little bit advanced, because if you have a if we look up at the same statement, it's kind of advanced, but I think it should be a good challenge because it's just always variation in the real world. And actually that's what happened in the real world. Thing is, let's say in D13, somehow nobody enters value. If it's blank, what happened? What's going to do? You're going to still run this? You cannot, right? Because it's blank. You're going to get an error, right? So that's something we're trying to find out. So you need to enter the case when D13 is blank, then what you're going to do. So that's why I added if function, so that we're going to start with if D13 is blank, using double quotation. Okay.
Is the double quotations because it's blank?
Blank.
It's saying so if it's blank.
Right. Okay. That's how Excel understands as a blank.
Oh, okay.
Anytime you use a blank in this function, Excel will understand as a blank cell.
Okay.
All right. So if it's blank, we'll leave it as a blank. So you enter again blank, which is the 2 quotations, right?
So why'd you have to enter? Why'd you have to enter it again, the quotations?
So that Excel will return blank.
Oh, gotcha.
That's the
we
if.
Don't know.
Right.
Right.
That's how if works. The first variable, you need to enter the condition. Then second variable after comma, the value if this case is true, or if condition is satisfied. So if this condition is satisfied, meaning it's blank, we're going to say blank. That's what it says.
Okay.
Otherwise, meaning if it's not blank, in this case, that's not blank, right? Then Excel will run VLOOKUP. Yeah, I know it's a little bit tricky because it's, you know, kind of logically kind of weird. But I think once you try this, you understand. Then at the end, we're going to enter another parenthesis because you started with parenthesis after if, then you need to finish that parenthesis at the end. But this inside the parenthesis is for the VLOOKUP. Outside is for the if.
For the if function.
Yeah. So that's how you need to end. If you opened it, you need to close it at the end.
Okay.
So this is how you're going to get. Then if you press enter right now, then you get the value, whatever the return from the lookup area. However, let's say there's a blank. So I'm going to just delete it and it's blank, right? So that's what we want. If it's a blank, we don't want anything run. We'll just leave it as a blank.
Okay.
Only time you're going to show something, then when you enter some values in D13, which is 7117, then there comes, oops, I think I made it, BB. Okay, made a mistake, BB.
Okay.
Right, just like that. So I make it a little bit, tricky or kind of, cute.
Yeah, that confused me. Okay.
But in actual test, I don't think we're going to have this kind of.
Okay, good.
But as a practice, why not? I mean, you don't have always easy ones, and you want to have some advanced ones. So that's why I put it there. But anyway, as long as you understand VLOOKUP separate, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. VLOOKUP is much more clearer.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna just copy this thing over to price. But you need to watch out this. I think I didn't add a $sign. I should have added $sign to J5 to L38 so that I can copy. But you can always fix it manually.
Because when we add the $signs, is that dealing with the absolute reference? We want to make sure that we can copy the formula. Okay.
That's right. Yeah. But in this case, even though you have a $sign, then you still have to change this column number, right? Because it's going to be
right. Because it's different. It's 3.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't do it, clearly. But you better have a $sign for that one, and make sure this is D13 as well. So only difference is number 3 instead of number 2 in third position. That's the only difference. Same thing here. It's not E13. It should be D13 for the first one. So exactly same formula. Only difference is this number 3.
The column number change.
Right.
Okay. Now I know in the institution sheet that's on this page. So on number, I think it's letter D, it's asking us to put the if function.
Okay, let me see this.
Oh, sorry.
What is it? Error? I think I made a mistake somewhere. Oh, okay. 1 J5 2. All right. Institution. Okay.
Yeah, so in column H, it's wanting us to, it tells us on letter D, in if column, insert an if function.
Okay.
As follows.
First thing we need to do is enter the purchase price, right? So purchase price, we can just enter any random number. That's fine. Okay, let's say we just entered $30,000.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you don't have to worry about other functions, okay? We're just looking for f. So the f function that we're going to create is f, what was that again? Can you tell me what it is?
So it says in if column, insert the if function to show high interest payment if interest amount is greater than 10% of
Okay, stop
purchase
right there.
price. Okay.
Interest rate, interest amount. Okay, so G4, right? G4 is greater than 10% of purchase price, which is B4.
Okay.
B4, right? So that's how you're going to show it in formula. G4, which is interest amount, is greater than 10% of purchase price. Got that?
I didn't realize you could put the percent signs in the formula.
Yes, you can. Or you can just put it 0.1, same thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you can use the 0.1, that's fine.
Or you can use it like that. It'll recognize 10%. It either
Doesn't
way.
matter, yeah. Either way will work. If you're comfortable with 0.1, that's fine.
Okay.
And anyway, just 10% times B4, which is purchase price. Okay, that's the condition. Okay, so if this condition is satisfied, what are you going to do? What was that? What was that after that?
So then it says otherwise calculate 15% of purchase.
No, right before that.
Oh, so it says show high interest payment if interest amount is greater than 10% of purchase price.
Okay, so it says we're gonna just literally show high interest amount, right? So with a quotation, high interest amount. That's what it means right there, showing the word high interest amount with a double quotation.
Why do we put it in like that? I mean, you can write it out like
I just made up these words. You know, this whole thing is just arbitrary. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like any rule. It's not. There's no mathematical function here. I just made it up.
I never knew that. I thought it had to be.
You can make it anything you want. You know, you could say something else. You could say.
Okay.
You could say whatever.
Okay.
But I happen to use this word. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So don't worry about if it's why is high interest amount. There's no logical stuff here. I just made it up. Okay, so the only thing, you know, we have to worry about is you need to have a condition, okay, a comma, then the value or words that you want to show if condition is met. So the value we're going to show is the word of high interest amount. So it doesn't have to be word. It could be calculation. You can say calculate 10% of B4. It's up to the question, but I just made it this way. Otherwise, meaning G4 is not greater than 10% of B4. Then what was that condition again? Otherwise?
The last part says, otherwise calculate 15% of purchase minus interest amount.
15% of purchase, which is B4, right? Minus interest amount, right? Which is G4. So that's how you're going to put it in the formula. 15% of purchase price, right? Minus G4. Again, there's no logical explanation. I just made it up. What you have to calculate, okay? So if you are the person you want to create, you can say something else. You can say B4 plus G4. I mean, B4 plus G4. Yeah, that's fine too. But I just made it up just like that.
Okay, and then you close parentheses. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So if you wonder why is it you calculate this way in terms of multiplication and subtraction, there's no reason. I just made it up.
Okay.
Yeah. the main thing is just syntax, condition, and the value if condition is met, then after a comma, value the condition is not met.
You have to do both, or not necessarily. It just depends on what it's asking.
You must
like you said.
You must have three things in parentheses. Okay. You cannot have
with
only
the if
two.
function. Okay.
Right.
So it's the condition, comma, value if condition is met, comma, if condition is not met.
Not met, then what's going to happen, right?
Okay.
So that's how if function works. It's more like a programming language. So they take this idea of programming language, put it into Excel. So that's why you have if function and just put it into parentheses.
Okay.
So hopefully you understand a little bit.
Just autofill.
Yeah, a little bit better. But the reason you have all high interest amount is just, again, you don't have to worry about that's how it is set. If I put maybe different percentage, you could have different answers, but I just put it 10%.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is the piece that was missing. Like I can go through the, like just putting in the formula, but if it doesn't make sense, I don't know why we're creating it. But you really broke it down for the if, like you have to have a condition and you have to have this, comma, this. Yeah. Find out what you're looking for.
Exactly. You must have three things in if statement. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to create another video for if.
Yeah. Okay, great.
With some examples.
Okay, that'll be great.
If and VLOOKUP. Yeah.
Okay. I feel much better.
Great. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else on this?
I think that was it, except for maybe I had a question on the pause file.
Sure. Why not? Let's take a look.
The number 4.
All right, here we go. So this is about 3D reference. So that's when you have a multiple worksheets with the exactly same structure, right? So let me quickly do this. I think I need to do this whole thing so that I can do this summary, right? Without doing this, I cannot do the summary.
Summary.
So let me do this quickly so that I can get into summary. There you go. Oops, I didn't. Why? Okay, here's the thing. You need to group all those worksheets, but I didn't do it. So I'm going to group it now.
And you group it, you can just hold the control button, right?
Shifts.
Shift.
Yeah. I'm going to do it again. Okay. Press shift and hold, and you click the last worksheets. So worksheets from January to 20 is selected. Then I'm going to work on my sum. I think I didn't take it. I did it before I grouped, so I'm going to have to do it again.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. And percent will be taking surgery, right? Divided by total.
Yes.
Like that.
And then change it to, I think we changed it to percent.
Percent. Was it 2 decimals or no decimals?
I don't think it said. It just said,
all right.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, that's it. Then we're going to go to summary. 3D reference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Equals sum. Then I'm going to click January. Then press Shift and hold it. Then I'm going to click the last worksheets. Then I'm going to click B5 because that's the top left. And 8.
Oh, and then
35.
it gives it. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You want me to do it again?
No, that makes sense.
You got
have
it?
to group it. You have to group it before you
Group
do
it.
your.
Right.
Mhm.
Then it'll show as just like that.
How do you toggle back and forth between function and to see what function?
Control and tilde, that wave thing at the top, left top, at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's all I had.
Okay. Then you just, autofill across.
Autofill, yeah.
Autofill, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But here, watch out, this percent you still have to calculate. Okay. Don't autofill for surgery. Percent.
Right.
You need to calculate taking that number by that.
Divided by total.
Right. Because if you autofill, then you add them up, right? Which is not right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Professor Parks.
Okay, no problem.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Yeah. See ya.
See you later. Bye-bye.